I will agree with the desk. I think MOUZ, the semi-finals are in their sights. They're going to get the cheese.
Looking for it right here and right now. Looking to start with a bang on our second map. Bookies favouring MOUZ, and Goofy might have a lot to do with those dual Berettas. He's just jiggling that ramp for info, and they creep and crawl straight into his crosshair. Good start from Hades. They are up with that bomb. Some flashes to destabilize. His legs poking out. Does manage to
Try
cancel.
that one again.
Gets it right this time. Impact coming in from behind applies pressure to Glaive by taking down Kyler, but he's not ready for the flank, I would assume. Impact was. He's adjusted into Diha, so that element of surprise is now nullified. Despite Hades opening, this round is slipping through their fingers. Walking on up, clearing out Torchy with a clean headshot. Can Hades do more? Time sensitive. Brollan's found a crucial kill onto Glaive. Now they can play with their food. No need to take an engagement. The clock on their side. And there you have it, Hades. You haven't got the time for this. You can get a couple more. Just the one, in fact. It's Brollan to close. And MOUZ keeping those smiles on their faces from Vertigo.
And the young Finn, the destabilizing factor in through the backlines, pushing red and making sure that that retake never even had a chance. 2 in the round from Jimmy, and it's just the impact of these kills. It just removes the chance for them to be able to group up. You can see Kyler caught, still rotating in. Brollan deals with Goofy. It's a great round from Brollan as well. And, well, the Ancient match we were watching the other day against Cloud9, that was a spectacular. The last second clutch from Exertion.
Oh, yeah.
That was mental. The buzzer beater.
Oh, man. I was so damn hype on this very map. Down goes Glaive. Goofy gets himself an upgrade, but this round looks to be already set in motion for MOUZ. Exertion's picking mid. Unless Goofy's got 2 here, he's going to be cleared by Torji. Yeah, and precise on that Galil headshot. He did do something. Tagged him up for the Hades finish. But that's all.
Yeah, if you're going to force button around like this, you might want to hold on to your goodies if you can. So they're already starting to back off. Diha in red. Hades also residing over towards A, and maybe just seeing if they can find any loose utility, any upgrades that are available, or maybe any lingering MOUZ members. But dealing with a quite difficult round were MOUZ, and it was, well, through their gusto out middle. Taking the fight quickly, not going into a default spread, taking a risk and it paying off. So handling this one, and aware of what some of the landmines might be in the next. That scout of Hades making its presence known. That means that, well, if you're Shui, you get to call around that.
All smiles right now. The vibe's at an all-time high for MOUZ. Making sure he's satisfied with the high fives there. Keeping Jimmy focused.
What would be your technique with the high fives? Would you be a fist bumper? Would you be a hand slapper?
I have a tendency to get a little sweaty gaming hand.
You have a problem, though, because you're a lefty.
Yeah.
So your mouse hand...
Yeah, I would have to... I'd be that guy that keeps people hanging while I'm finishing off the round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not so easy.
They go again, sustain nade damage once more, backing their way through the smoke, and Shui, he'll take those every day of the week. Goofy and Kyler, denied.
It is very exciting for Shui to be guaranteed to play in front of the Polish crowd in a tournament I'm sure he's watched long before he was donning a salary and a professional jersey.
Well, considering we've been doing this here since 2014.
Yeah. It's been on his screen as he, you know, it wasn't even a dream.
I wonder if he watched Glaive win it. The in-game leader on the other side leading a Polish team. It's all a bit odd. But it's good to get Polish representation back in the Spodek. Get the crowd on their feet.
Yeah, there was a period of absence from the Poles.
Yeah, and that's weird considering we did have VP winning it back in 2014.
And, of course, you had Fnatic from the Swedes. You know, both of them, the Swedes and the Poles, kind of disappeared off our radar. If I was taking bets on who'd come back first, maybe I'd have leaned towards the Scandinavians. But, yeah, Poland back on the Counter-Strike map.
Well, both, and maybe even the French scene to some degree as well. they had these teams or sets of players that would contend for those top positions. And there was really only a few names that were ever able to make their way up the rung otherwise. VP were very stoic, or maybe stubborn in their approach or lack thereof of bringing newer names in, sticking with 3 of the Golden 5. Pasha, Taz, and Neo. 2 of which are coaching at this event, and 1 hoping to get a spot in that arena by taking down Heroic. And if you want to check that action out, it is on the mainstream right now. Should be heading into map 2 momentarily, if they're not already there.
Yeah, it's already touched on it, but he's definitely already showing fantastic signs of life and of that talent that was so exciting as a prospect upon his arrival. Maybe delayed by his tenure with the Ninjas.
But that as well, it was Fnatic too, remember? He had to leave them, and at the time I think it was cited, oh, you know, he doesn't want to be in an international roster. Well, I think he refuted that recently in an interview. I think he just didn't want to be in a bad roster.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Goofy activating down the ramp. He hasn't got any support, so this is a bit of a one-man operation. Jimpat bests him with just the Galil. Now D has forced to the back foot, trying to get away. Sprayed down low, nade back. It was aggressive from Brolin and aggressive from MOUZ. They've taken that pick and they've run with it. And Brolin just continues, racking him up. Good wallbang from Glaive, brings Torji low, but the frags are happening all over the shop.
Save.
Save they shall, or at least they'll try.
How are you getting away from this one, Glaive? You are locked in. Shui is here to ensure, as Exertion is trying to push you out into his crosshair. And Chewy, easy as you like. Adjusts in as Hades looks for a home to roost. And I think what's interesting with MOUZ, you know, I saw this on Reddit the other day. It was saying that it took MOUZ 10 years to reach the playoffs of a Katowice. Back to 2014. Must have been a Chris J roster back in 2014, surely.
10 years? Wow. Yeah, it must have been.
But you think about this lengthy journey for an organization, and one that once upon a time was a German Counter-Strike team. That's how I remember MOUZ Sports 1.6. It was Germans, right? It's in CSGO and CS2, they have had some absolutely insane and storied names through their rosters over the years, and then in the more recent, pivoting into the next generation. And now that's the team that gets them into the Spodek.
Embracing the next generation wholeheartedly. Brolin, he's paid a heavy price. Yeah, because thinks twice about advancing further, holding out for this mid pincer, and Glaive activates, going for an aggressive one through the smoke.
Done a lot of talking about the mid control on this map throughout the cast of the play-ins and the group stage, and you just see how much Brolin has to sacrifice to use that spawn. Molly smokes it out, cops a HE, all that damage, and then a player still comes out for cave behind him and frags him. But maybe a trade they're willing to give up. ENCE are desperate in a round like this, so have to make those plays behind the Hades saved AWP.
Torji tasked with containing this ramp. 5-7. Oh, and Goofy is at his window. Oh, baits it, nails the shot.
Bomb spotted, forcing rotation now.
They're on their way.
Oh, he's heard all this.
Perfectly positioned, didn't clear his corners. Kyler's cut down, anticipating a second. He knows where you are, Diha, but it doesn't matter when you nail the shot. Finds an upgrade, finds the kill, and still a problem as Hades catches one from Jimpat. Util out. Issues for Diha, and yeah, no way back in.
Give it a go. Finances are with them, may as well.
Both ahead of this though. Double swing, imminent, and caught out completely. They're playing some solid Counter-Strike right now.
Wow, that just extends that conversation. Never been in the playoffs before, and what, a handful of rounds away from booking yourself straight in towards the semi-finals.
Yeah, they've really broken through.
Imagine if we get like a matchup between Spirit versus MOUZ in the grand final. That is a whole lot of academy players. Zontix and Donk, and then you have almost all of the members of MOUZ. Torji, Exertion, Shui, Jimhat, all graduates.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, yeah, this is kind of maybe the markings of, I mean, a final like that would be the markings of that new next generation seizing control.
And I was hoping, maybe not that we'd get such a seismic shift, but definitely, right, when you have a newer title, and I understand it wants to be similar to CSGO, but things are still different. It's about that hunger and willingness to try and embrace that new change and still stay on top of the game, the meta. It's like a mass extinction event just happened.
Right.
And in the early stages, you know, teams are working out how to win, but how long can you keep that eye on the prize? And with such a large change in a lot of these rosters, nothing is really stable right now. Even MOUZ only have Brolin for a temporary period of time. Unless they win here, they might just buy him out directly. Back into the guns. B-Doors smoke insta from spawn is quite telling that you'd expect them to be fighting for control, and it's on a time delay. The fight is coming.
Yeah, Dia's on the mount up, does accidentally fumble the jump. Glaive, he's found Shuey. Brolin looking to hold on to mid. It's Dia swiveling around, nearly 3. He's done very well with that.
Good output from Dia.
Seriously.
Well, the gap is the B bomb site right now. They've pivoted back towards red to deal with any leaks. If Torji and Jimmy get a bit of a move on, they could waltz on into an empty site, but how are they to know as Glaive and Goofy clear out mid together?
They have at least started. They've cleared out their close left and right. Conversation to be had now.
If it's too clear, they must start to consider the flank, but again, it is on this timer. How long do they take? Glaive starting to mantle up now, needs to be very careful not to give away any sound cues. And, well, now that they're in and nobody's spotting, do they consider it? Torji has to cover off while the digits get punched. No, there's one cave. They've given it up.
Yeah, he gets off the plant. Ooh, Torji missed it. That was going to be the equalizer. That might have very well sealed the deal. Now Goofy and Glaive can regroup. Element of surprise, loses his head all the same. Jimmy's having a good one here. Already his 7th frag posted. Torji looking the wrong way. An easy frag for Glaive. It's all onto Jimmy in a 1 versus 2. Hades. Pre-aimed and executed. This is beautiful from the Finn as he got it all in him. Got Glaive in his sights. A battle of the old versus the new, and he's shaking his head. A quad kill to keep this perfect half going.
Yeah, this is too easy, and that's a misplay from Glaive. I don't know why he's spamming in the cave position. He could have walked out. They would have had the jump on them right there. The fact he goes for the wall bang, he gives it up. Now Jimmy's on high alert. They could be flanking ramp. Torji know there's one over towards cave. They get to take the fights on their terms. Yeah, sure, a bit of a miss, but you can see what I mean.
Yeah.
They know that the flank is the possibility, and they're ready for it. Glaive spamming through the cave wall, trying to be cheeky to deny the plant. That ain't it, son.
Yeah, might leave him feeling a bit foolish after that one. And this is what you've been talking about, this barrage
Flashes
onto Brolin. They flash, they push, he's a dead man. He's
Everyone's
not
blind.
Everyone's blind. And just like that, as the dust settles, it's a 3-on-3. Brolin empty-handed, Jimpat down, but A side open.
Good response here from MOUZ, straight into A. Smoke not perfect from exertion, but does the job.
Uh-oh. Just as he looked away, still Shuey profits. Kyler will get this one. No, he won't. Shuey, rapid adjustment. As they just keep on winning. This is like David versus Goliath. It's mad.
Yeah, MOUZ are destined for that semi-final spot, aren't they? 7 to the good on the T side with ENCE not even making a dent so far. Kyler 0 and 7. 2 kills for Goofy. So really struggling to get out the gates. Looks like Goofy's lining up another insta-door smoke, but at this point you're desperate. You're probably going to continue a lot of these aggressive maneuvers looking to force the fight. But MOUZ, even when they're caught off guard, they still hit the shot. Red smoke missed. That's a little bit of an unforced error.
Could catch him off guard if he wanted to progress, gets the exertion forward. On elbow, Glaive, loud, stampeding, clearing, and deleted. Brolin.
Supportive flashes from Torji, right? We didn't quite catch them, but he was throwing them over the wall from outside B to support the pushes coming Brolin's way. So the comms are flowing, the awareness is there. I love what I'm seeing from MOUZ right now. This is perfect. Perfect Counter-Strike. Let's see how long they can keep the sheet clean. Wouldn't this be a stylish way? Deny the Polish hometown hopefuls a spot in the semis, snatch it for yourself, and go in with all the confidence under the sun.
They've got so much space. They're pulling these guys around the map right now, Chad.
Toying with them.
Yeah. I mean, like, the bomb is B-side. They have full donut, full A main, and full mid control. Like, what do they fancy? It's up to them now. So, okay, re-smoke red.
Their heads, I think.
God, feels like they got infinite nade glitch or something as well. There's just more. D is dead now. Bomb can go down at their own discretion.
I think this is what we call an old-fashioned shellacking.
It most definitely is. Oh, just
Save, boys. Goodbye.
Trying to save.
Get out of here.
My God.
We'll take 8.
8-0. This T-side, I mean, this is something you just want to put in the capsule. You want to keep this level of form. If this is the form MOUZ are in, stepping towards the Spodek, skipping the quarterfinals altogether, they are going to be on everyone's watch list.
Look, conquering ENCE right now in this fashion, fantastic, considering the scalps that ENCE have taken, right? Everyone is bigging them up. They're gassing up this team, taking down Astralis, G2, Vitality, and those are huge scalps in Counter-Strike in the current landscape. MOUZ are still a minnow as far as an organization is concerned to a lot of those names. But MOUZ right now are playing some very tidy CS, and this is with the addition of Brolin only happening late last year, bringing him into this year, backing him, fits with the group, younger personality, gets along quite well, and delivering in the fragging department. So things couldn't be going better. And you're going to need Brolin when you make it onto a stage. This is an individual that has had the opportunity to play on a few. Got to play with some of those more seasoned veterans I was discussing from his time on Fnatic. And for MOUZ, they've even had a few dotty appearances in the playoffs.
Yeah, as they've been taking shape, as they've been forming.
There was Rio, there was Cologne, I think it was 2022, with Dexter when he first just joined the team.
I'm impressed.
Remembering rightly.
My brain does not work like that, but that's impressive.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely tell you I've seen the MOUZ sporadically showing up in some playoffs.
Was it 23? Was it? I'm pretty sure it was 22.
But the
years are flying by.
This is a half already, like 1 out and then some.
I think they just threw the lurk smoke on B, so showing some different looks. Yeah, they did. Pesky to deal with. Makes the site feel very claustrophobic for the B defenders.
Yeah, and if you want to go looking for answers like that, oh, it's beautiful.
Alley-oop.
Oh my God, that's the dream scenario. You throw the smoke, he has to panic, he needs answers, he loses, jumping for them, and Torgy's ready, pre-aiming, pre-firing, destroying with that AWP, boosted up and executed
Torgy's looked cool, he was looking.
Yeah, Glaive's actually managed to find Shuey there. That's a nice one back.
Good timing. It's crazy to think Torgy only has 2 kills so far on this map.
Yeah, well, that one could be...
Hey, Glaive.
Beautiful. Brolin forward position completely catches Glaive unawares. And now, with all of that control, all of that early bloodshed, it's Torgy firing off a shot to the shoulder of Kyler. Doesn't connect.
They're ahead of this deep.
Smoked the ramp. Not anymore. No, Kyler's caught exertion on the advance. Oh, and a double swing. This is effective defending. Is this where the unscathed run ends for MOUZ here on Ancient? Far from over. Still got 40 seconds.
Wasn't it these two that won the clutch before?
I think you're right.
It was also a 2v3.
That was where Glaive misplayed. Glaive dead now, and the man advantage for ENCE.
Brute force this one, 28 seconds. This one's much tougher.
Yeah. How do you get past D here on that long position as well? Just going to actively move in and out of the fight. Util thrown out. Gets himself across. That's the headshot Diha provides. ENCE have finally gotten themselves off the starting mark at round 9. And think about how that one started. So credit to be given to Kyler for holding on to that ramp side. Some important kills posted.
Yeah, it felt like it could have been catastrophic. MOUZ were getting everything they wanted with their round opener. Just unable to find the success. And Cuban still with a smile on the face. So they'll be happy with this. Glaive catching Shuey, who was throwing some nades. And at that moment, I was saying Torgy was looking, but he had just pivoted away, knowing that Shuey was picking up the slack. Diha swinging out, taking some fights. And it's okay. Everyone seems quite chill at the moment, as Cyclone is going to be taking his first tactical timeout. Boys, we're winning, but I'd like to win harder.
And what you just said reminded me of a conversation I just had with Bubsky. You know, I was ranting and raving about my Counter-Strike frustrations. And one of the things I asked him about was, you know, when you're in a setup and your teammate no longer, you know, rotates. Let's say the Heaven Rotator nuke. He goes, he's got to help someone else. And instead of having to kind of constantly check, do you have me, do you have me? They just had a key word. In Danish Counter-Strike, apparently it was Pepsi.
Okay.
You say whatever it is, you say it, and that just acknowledges that I no longer have what you think I have.
Interesting.
I thought that was an interesting little tidbit in terms of like comms and the nuances of it. And for that example, Torgy would have said it just as Shuey was pushing out those doors.
Okay, all right, all right.
the nuance of Counter-Strike communication. Same smoke. Let's see if it's the same result. Do ENCE continue to string together some consecutive rounds?
Burning all their incendiaries for this all-in.
Yeah, it's being held by the AWPer right now if Goofy dares. Shui's already showed himself forward. Molotov's forward. And swings in for a little glance towards the pillar. Wow, you're already feeling quite a lot of pressure if you're the B defenders right now.
Yeah, it can be quite awkward if you're Goofy, right? Because you feel like you can get wall banks. You have to play in this odd position of transition. And if he jiggles... Oh, the AWP will strike. Not onto Goofy, but Glaive. Kyler pushes, gets one. Shui takes him down. And, well, they have to continue to throw themselves into these fights, don't they?
Yeah, in the meantime, Hades and Jimpat just having a little game of statues. Oh, an aggression from Goofy destroyed by Shui. A single one-tap to the dome.
I think no matter what happens, Polish Counter-Strike wins in a way.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have at least one representative in the semi-final.
And you know what the desk were discussing about Shui and how he was kind of seen as the next big thing? Almost too good for 9.
Well, that is the next talking point, isn't it? Just how long we're hopefully going to get a lot of these MOUZ players on our screen now. It doesn't even have to be in this team. They're all so young. There can be plenty of complexions as they will give the 2v3 A-site retake a crack.
Okay. And Hades finding exertion. Now it's up to Jimmy, who's delivering time after time. I mean, after that...
Just peek them. Jimmy! That's what I like to hear.
I mean, especially considering that Vertigo start where they were kind of abusing him a little bit. He just seems to have taken that in stride, found his feet, and he hasn't let go. Just pedal to the metal.
I love the sass, right? And this is the thing, you're bigging yourself up. You're bigging the team up. Just peek them. Just peek. Like, hey, we're better. Let's just peek them. Just peek them. And this is, you know, another one of these youngsters. Well, Alex, they can only walk away with 3 CT side rounds.
Yeah, and that's if they win with 5-7 and a couple of rifles, which right now they are making a strong case to do. Rolling one back onto Glaive. Still a big fight in middle right now amongst all of this smoke. Kyler going searching for that B player. It's cost him his life, but traded nicely. Diha doing an awful lot. A double with the 5-7 and gets away from Jimpat. 2 of them here. Just peek him, he says. Oh! Oh! And peek he shall.
Yeah, for ENCE, it felt like, hey, we cleared 1 mid. We've cleared 2 mid. There's a 3rd mid. Now Goofy in a 1v2 situation. He's responded in time, but has to walk through a smoke. And Jimmy, turns his back into him.
Man, I got fucking my pants, man.
He's having fun. I love it.
Yeah, it's great to see.
It's good to hear. I mean, the vibes, like, this is just all-time high. MOUZ, they are on cloud 9 right now. I mean, just feeling such good energy.
They got some vitality flowing through their veins.
They have. They absolutely have.
What other eliminated team puns can we get in?
You've got some harder ones in there. Exertion. He's just decided he's taking middle.
They look like a bunch of roosters right now.
Ooh, Shui on to Diha. Very nice. Brought down by Glaive, and surely that's the end of the mid adventures. Brolin straight up into main and into the A site.
MOUZ have got that Furia about them.
Yeah, there might be Furious about that one.
Oh, ENCE, after only getting 1 round on their CT side, there is an internal fire brewing.
Not bad, not bad. And with this one ending 11-1, it is a big half from MOUZ. 11 already in the bank. They're just 2 rounds away from the semifinals. Good Vibe Tribe sailing to the Spodek. They took down Astralis. They took down Vitality. They took down G2. But ENCE have met their maker in MOUZ. This second map is over, folks. I don't normally speak in absolutes. I'm no Sith, but you cannot come back from an 11-1 half. On Ancient, no less. MOUZ within touching distance. They can practically walk onto that semi-final stage. But just to finish it off, we step forth into our second half of our second map.
It's been a MOUZ mauling everybody, firing. As it is a B go. Brolin the only one to contend.
Oh, and Brolin, he's going to take one. Glaive was very quick on the draw there with that Glock, and he's not going to stop. He's actually nailed Exertion as well. And I see a flash, and I see a smoke kit, so there's a little plan in place. Dorji to be flashed forward, trying to cause mayhem with his multitude of bullets. And off we go. Long-range Glaive distracts. Kyler trying to strike, and he's nailed it with the Glock. Trying to keep it clean, and they have done. Trying to make a half out of this, ENCE, as they do convert the pistol. You saw, as we did cut away to the break, it was looking a little bit of a furrowed brow from Glaive, working out how he was going to dig himself out of trouble. But the Spodek is secure, and that's what leads it to this perhaps volatility. Perhaps that's something we can, you know, present as an explanation or excuse. But right now, this is the most weak we've seen ENCE look so far in Katowice.
Yeah, and look, I think they have surprised everybody, definitely punching above their weight, but playing some great Counter-Strike. It's not like they've cheesed their way to victory by any stretch of the imagination. They will be finding themselves facing Falcons if they do end up losing this series, which is seeming quite likely considering that first half scoreline. But as mentioned, when ENCE have had great performances on Ancient, it's been through the Danish in-game leader right there, the man in the middle of the screen, Glaive, who kicked off the second half with a couple of Glock kills. So let's see how far they can continue to force this match. MOUZ took an eco, now into the rifles. Difficult for them to opt for an all-in full mid and B press. So I don't think we'll see them. Oh, Glaive's coming out. Glaive's coming out.
Yeah, he wants to fight. He wants to go for it. Spots one on the retreat with the flashbang. It was Jimmy who's been brought low from the spray of Glaive. And pressure applied early. ENCE, they've got full B lane.
Makes it easy to clear cave when you come at it from both angles.
Yeah, and Shui is in this angle here. Safe from the flames. Trying to bail him out with the bait. That's beautiful. Brolin, hyper-aware, sets up Shui for the double. A knockout blow.
Was he just hoping to make a sound cue, or did he want to get the incendiary off? I don't think it matters, because he helped Shui out in a big way. And, well, from 2 rounds back to back.
Smart cookie. Yeah, either way, the sound cue completely sold them. You can see Glaive with that false sense of security. Swapping away from his nades, averting his gaze, and yeah, Hades, he's going to try and make a bit of a round out of this.
3 of them are relatively low.
Not going to be caught by the spread. Torji's going to perhaps catch Hades, missing him now. Down and slips away.
The bomb on the back of Kyla with 40 seconds left. If they'd attempted the gauntlet through A, you've got a clear main, you've got to worry about Donut, Temple, backside, CT. Too many question marks. At least Hades had been able to stretch his legs, but this site, still a problem.
Yeah, Torji's investigating it now. And he's rewarded for the timing there. Just catches Hades looking the other way. Kyla last arriving. Clean headshot onto Shui. Finishes off what Diha did start. Now it's all on to this duel with Torji. Perfect reposition. He's played that well with the rifle. And they're back to their winning ways almost immediately. Concede the pistol and the eco, and then the guns come out, the rounds come back. MOUZ, series point, semi-final point, and they have got over a handful.
And we'll reiterate for those who maybe are just joining us, it was 10 years for the MOUZ organization to reach the playoffs of a Katowice. 10 long years. And now, straight in the semis. That's one way to break that streak.
Yeah, and that's one way to open up the final round. As Exertion, Smoko Vision, double kill, destroys the hopes of an ENCE gun round of extending this trip on Ancient. This is going to be one hell of a quick one. The quickest map ENCE have played here at the Intel Extreme Masters.
We can start winding this up. ENCE will drop to the quarterfinals. They'll be on the same side of the bracket as Falcons. That'll be their quarterfinal matchup. And if they win that, they'll take on Spirit. And considering how weak Falcons have looked, ENCE, they do have a good shot to take it a little bit deeper. That'll be Diha against a few of his old teammates. So a nice little grudge match organizationally. Just one final kill. That does mean that MOUZ will end up in the semi-finals on the other side, and that is locked in. A huge performance. They came to play. Vertigo, a whitewash, and the same for their map choice of Ancient. This is a quality-looking squad of young guns who should have smiles from ear to ear.
100%. This has been developing over some time. The final pieces of the puzzle, Brolan arriving, gelling with the squad.